Today, I'm going to show you how to grow your business on social media, whether your goal is to generate more leads, more consumers, more purchasers, more marketing, or simply increase your business's brand awareness and reach more people. Social media offers an opportunity, but for social media to work you need to do it right. Social media is an unbelievably potent business accelerating tool, and it's not going anywhere anytime soon. So we might as well deep dive headfirst into it and actually pledge to learn and master the social media marketing concept. That will help to grow your business, not just now, but for your everyday business for years to come. Like I just mentioned, for social media to work you need to do it right. You can't just post videos of you sitting on a bench and singing a song and expect your business to grow. What we need to do is to make sure to give your business the highest chance of success by diving into what it absolutely takes to grow your business on social media, and this all starts with choosing a primary program. Now, when it comes to social media market, there's no shortage of accessible networks to choose from, and not only that, but there's no shortage of available approaches and tricks and things that you can do on each of the different networks that you could potentially choose. Virtually, it's kind of overwhelming. This is why the advice to do everything and be everywhere and be active and committed on every single social media system, forever originating material, always engaging with your customers and your audience. It's too much to ask unless you have a social media team behind you. In a perfect world, that would be the right move. After all, you want to try to increase your content. You want to try to increase your reach, and you want to try to be everywhere as much as you possibly can, but in reality, that's exhausting, and it's really only not that effective. And the reason it's not that effective is that your ideal target market, the people that you're actively trying to serve and trying to connect with, well, they are not everywhere, so there's no point for you to be everywhere. This is why probably the single most important thing you can do when it comes to really change your business on social media is spending a bit of an hour doing a bit of market research, doing your due diligence, and genuinely diving into your principal client type, your perfect target market, and figuring out where they are present and where they are active online, and then going there and discounting everything else. It sounds pretty obvious. If you do some research and you talk to your customers and you take a look at social media utilization statistics and you determine that your followers are on Facebook, YouTube, or on Twitter. If it's on one of those three social media platforms, why would you go to be posting on Instagram? You shouldn't, unless of course, you've done your research and you've determined that your marketplace is on Instagram, in which case, why would you be posting on Twitter? This is something you need to research. In the social media marketing industry, more often than not, essentially you have YouTube experts talking about how fantastic YouTube is, Instagram experts talking about how wonderful Instagram is, and Facebook lovers talking about how immense Facebook is, and they are all right, but they're also all wrong, because the greatness or the relevance or the efficiency of any single social media network is going to immediately come down to your structure, your audience, your purchasers, adoption of that stage, and then your ability to actually use it. So step 1 is to figure out where your ideal clients and patrons are spending their valuable time online, and then step 2 is to commit and to dedicate time, money, and effort to going to create content and to mastering that one specific platform. And this is why my guidance is always to choose one primary program, not 4, not 6, not 10, because it's simply going to be too hard to start to go in there and handle 10 different platforms. And again, your audience probably isn't spread out that thin, all right. When you have identified your ideal target audience and you have figured out where they're usually hanging out and where they are active online, you have picked out one primary platform, maybe a secondary platform for later in a few months' time, and you have committed to consistently creating content and market there. The next thing you should think of is that you need to understand what makes the social media structures operate, why they serve the content they do. What's the driving motivator behind it? And that really all comes down to the algorithm. The algorithm is the artificial intelligence or scientific equations, or however you really want to look at it, that basically rolls the programs. It's the thing that decides what part of your content is shown. It's the thing that decides what kind of content you ascertain and everything in between. This is why the best way to grow your business on social media is to not try to fight the algorithm, but vary to give them what they want. It sounds like we are talking about robots. Well, to give them what they want or give the algorithm what it requires. What it wants is attention, ideally, your customers and your clients' attention. Basically, what that necessitates is getting them to the pulpits and then keeping them on the platform as long as humanly possible. This is why one of the best things you can do to try to grow your business by exercising social media is to try to keep them on the social media platforms consuming your content. This works for several different reasons, the first of which is because the longer you keep them on the platform, the more that the social media algorithms are going to favor you because you're clearly giving them valuable content because your people are staying. The second reason this works is that the more content of yours that someone consumes, ideally your standard target market, the more opportunities you have to build that know, like, and trust factor to build rapport and to establish a more human relationship. Basically, it's a win-win. Now, the flip side of this is a mistake that too many business owners are acquiring too often, and that is to use social media to try to get people off the social media platform as quickly as possible, which basically destroys any hope you have of ever getting your content promoted and really inducing that connection with your viewers, with your public on social media. So how do you get parties off the platform? Though right, because you're probably not going to be getting too many sales immediately on social? So what's the policy? What's the plan? The plan is really quite simple. You can use organic social media, which means you don't pay for ads but genuinely simply creating content. To do just that, create content, build trust, establish such relationships and hold people on the platform as long as possible, and then you use paid ads like Google Ads, Facebook ads, and YouTube ads, because these are the things that we can use to target our audience to drive them to our own websites from the platforms. That way we virtually don't spam up our story, feed with sales crummy pushy messages, but at the same time you achieve your business goals because you not there on social media to have fun, you there to grow your business. There is a reason why you'll often see social media content that asks for likes or asks you to subscribe or asks you to leave a comment down in the comment section below. It's because it really is that important. It helps the content get spread to more people. It helps the algorithm to see that people are actually enjoying and liking this material, and it demonstrates and truly builds that engagement with their local communities. And to add to all of this, encouraging and then engaging with comments, it helps to show that your business is made up of real, sincere, authentic people, and this is incredibly important because people like doing business with people, not businesses. So, the more that you can show that you've got real humans laboring behind the scenes and you are not just a faceless firm hell-bent on destroying the world, the better you're going to do. So you need to ask yourself some really tough questions on how seriously you are taking your social media marketing. The good thing is that you can keep your answers confidential. Do you know exactly who your model target business, that excellent client is that you are trying to serve? Talking about things like their demographic details like age, gender, income, occupation, and their geographic details like what city, region, or country they live in, and their characteristics details like what are their values, their attitudes, and their lifestyles. Do you know your ideal target market's biggest weakness and problems and resentments, and, more importantly, do you know how your business is uniquely positioned to help solve that for them? Are you composing daily content on either Facebook or Instagram or LinkedIn, or at least weekly content on YouTube? Remember, the algorithms need content and you have got to feed the hungry beast. You have to make sure your content rises to the top to increase important points and to stay relevant and exceed of intellect with your target audience. And lastly, are you certainly prioritizing marketing and originating your business as a major business function? You need to understand that marketing is the single most important point to your business's success because it's marketing's job to bring new leads and paying customers and new sales for your business, and without those, you don't really have a business. I hope this could help you to understand how important social media and content marketing is for you, the success of your business.